Oh, what a night. That was a lot of unexpected and unforecasted rain.
We're heading up Fawr, the mountain to see behind us. Good afternoon. For once it's actually afternoon we're going out, but we're out in the Brecon Beacons. It's myself and Darren, down there, and we're heading up Fawr, which is the mountain you just see behind us. So we'll go out for a bit of a wild camp tonight. So back down the Story Arms, which is known for Corn Deep, Hennevan car park behind us there. And yeah, we're gonna go up, kind of off the track at the moment, but we're just gonna mosey on up. It's only a couple of miles up to the summit. Aiming to do a bit of a summit camp, but we'll see. The wind is a bit strong, but it's forecast to be a little bit strong overnight, but clear, which is nice. And yeah, we got a few new little things to try out in the tent. New sleep pad, pillow and stuff, so that should be fun. And actually give the Naturehike a bit of a test in windier conditions, because the first time I used it, it was absolutely still up in the Black Mountains. So yeah, we're just going to wander on up, have a little walk, it's only a couple of miles, and then find a nice little place to pitch for the night. Quick look at the behind the scenes of YouTubing as he clambers across some rocks to get an arty shot. So I was going to stick in a few more little arty shots I planned, but just to give you an idea, if you do want to do this walk and come up here, there's no actual real defined path. We've got the Beacons Way, which is kind of what we were following just now. There's the path just behind us that we're aiming for, but I don't know if you can see, we came just around this corner, up where that little stream is, and come along this ridge. We've dropped down and we've just come up here. And yeah, it's a bit more, it's a bit boggy than I thought it would be. We had a bit of rain yesterday, but it's quite steep actually. Now we both knew that when we were coming up there was no defined path, but it is definitely make your own way up. Yeah, I mean the options are coming the way we went, or straight up from the car park. This is a bit steeper, but I think I might be quite out of breath by the time we get to the top. So it's only there, but it's quite steep. Hope the video does justice. And yeah, sit down, have some well-earned coffee at the top, I think. No, but I don't think it's too far. I don't think it's too long, but it's tough going. So summit of Fawr. It's got Ken in the background, but you can really see the effect of the drought and everything we've been having, because this is Brecon Reservoirs behind me. That is normally really full. Like, I don't know if you can see on the video, but it's normally all the way up to the wall. So it's mad to see it, it really is. It's crazy to see the effect. So we're just heading over to the trig point, and we've got Corn D in the background. You can see the line of people going up. We're gonna head over to the trig, which is just over in the distance, and find a place to pitch. I think we're going to try and be as close to the summit as we can, but it is quite windy. I think it's probably going to come across on the tape, but we'll find a spot and see where we can pitch up for the night, I think.
Definitely get our camera now.
So that's the trig point. I'm laughing because we always make a joke, and I don't know if we've done a video. Have you done a video on the wall?
No,
we haven't. I did film one, but it was terrible. But there's a mountain just down there called the Vole. It's literally at the foot of where I grew up at the foot of it in Carmarthen in Port Talbot. We probably walked there about 10-15 times last year, I would have thought. especially while he was getting ready for the coast to coast. But we always joke wherever we are, we can see the Vole, and it's for there. It's only something, what, 360 meters?
370.
370, and it's one of the tallest mountains down that way. Considering the Brecon Beacons, you can see it. It just makes you giggle every time. But yeah, so this is Fawr, big peak, I think, something like that. It's called a great peak. We're gonna spend 5 minutes here at the trig, and we're gonna head back a little bit where we came from, because you can see we've got Condy in the background. There's looks like could be a nice little area pitch up with a cool view in the morning, hopefully. So we're gonna head back that way slightly, and then see if we can find somewhere to pitch up. Spend a couple of minutes here, because you got almost like a 360 view, the Brecon Beacons, Black Mountains and everything. So enjoy the view for 5 minutes, and then we're gonna go find somewhere to pitch. But I gotta say, if you're planning on doing this, that route was tough, unexpectedly tough, but challenging but tough. There are probably easier ways to go out.
It was a bit off piece.
It's a bit off piste, as I said, but yeah, it was good. So we're gonna head back, see what we find, and then we'll pick up probably once we've got pitched, and or at least where we are, and show you around.
Full signals and flags.
Might leave that in. So we are pitched. We did a little loop around, but ended up coming back not far off the trig point, which is just behind us. There we go. There we are. We've got a cracking view, because we've got the Black Mountains over that way, Linda van Vaart and everything. I don't know the exact names, but all the way over that way. We're Talbot in the distance, where I mentioned earlier, down into Brecon, and then we got Condy, Penavan and everything behind us. So hoping we'll get a nice little sunset coming down behind us now, and then we'll get the sunrise with Condy in the morning. So let's give you an idea of what we got. So back out in the trusty Naturehike. So first used this up in the Black Mountains in January. There's no wind at all, and it was solid as a rock as it didn't move. It's pretty windy now, and it's still not moving. I mean, let's put the guidelines on for this one. For the first time, but it's still really not moving at all, and it is really quite windy up here. So we got Darren is in stretch to see Zephyrus again. He's done a cracking job on that one. He's actually come up with a really good idea, because it wasn't quite getting taut enough. So have a look at his video later, and you'll see a little idea, a little hack kind of thing that he's come up with to fix it and make it a bit tighter and just get a bit of a better fit. So give you an idea of the space inside. So I'll show you some of the things we got later, but we got the new Thermarest sleep pad, the new Thermarest compression pillow, giving those a try. Also got a frying pan, so I'm having burgers tonight, which I'm very excited about. But yeah, I think we're gonna go and grab a coffee. I'm gonna go sit up by the trig, I think, and grab a coffee and just chill out for a bit. I'm quite surprised, because we've actually come across 5 people, including us, 5 people dotted around camped as well. I wasn't expecting me to see anyone, but we've got someone just up on the path up here, and we've got 2 people up on the cairn that I showed you earlier as well, and a lot of sheep, obviously, because we're in Wales. But yeah, I think we're gonna grab a cuppa, chill out, and then get some food in a little bit, I think. So I'll show you around a little bit and show you some of the views, and probably a sunset later with any luck. So so I mentioned earlier on, got some new little things, nothing too exciting, but have the Jetboil pot stand. It's a bit of a pain. It's probably the one thing I don't like about Jetboil is you've got to have a separate pot stand if you want to use it with a frying pan. So it's only a cheap OAX one, but I thought I'd give it a go, see what I think of it, and see what the little frying pan's like. It doesn't weigh that much. It's only about 11 quid in Go Doors. It's not too bad, but it's not massive. I think it should be enough just about fit a couple of burgers in there. So I'm gonna get those on the go. So today we've really got our timings right. We just had some food, so by the time we packed up, clouds has pretty much rolled in. Actually, you can't. There were some tents up there you could see, and just on the summit of Fawr, and it's gone. But yeah, we probably got. It's a little bit lighter than it looks. We've probably got a little bit more, half hour, 45 minutes maybe, before it's completely pitch black. But we've done really well tonight. I think it's been such a good afternoon and a good evening. Like, we really timed it well. You could see up on Pen y Fan and Corn D where all the clouds are catching it, and we've missed it all up until now, but it's dark, so that's fine. And a little wander back up to the Trig and have a beer, a little Camden Pale Ale for this evening. And yeah, once we're back in the tent, I'll show you the Thermarest pillow, the thing I mentioned, one of the new bits. And then I got the Thermarest, I think it's the Neoair Xlite pad. I've tried Darren's briefly, and it's a bit of a difference. So have a little wander around. Dad's already gone up there, so I'm gonna grab my beer, go for a look, show you the Trig in the dark, and see what you can see. Not much, but yeah, and then we'll have a look inside the tent as well. So that's us turned in for the night. So I think we've pretty much got as dark as we can go, and yeah, the clouds rolled in, so it's getting a little bit damp outside now, but yeah, it's been a nice little night, so I thought I'd just take the chance, just quickly before I go to sleep, just show you a couple of new things that I mentioned. So first off, going for the Thermarest, the Neoair Xlite. So this is the wide, long version, because I'm 6'1" and chunkier. The R value on it is 4.2, I think it is. So if you're not familiar with that, it just means it's really good. It'll keep the heat in. You can use it almost in any condition, as cold as it'll go. So I think this might just be the new one that I use regularly. But also the other thing ordered today is a new pillow. So did have an inflatable one, left it in Costa Rica, annoyingly. That was just a Decathlon one. What I've gone for is the Thermarest compression pillow. So this actually compresses down into, if you can see there, it's got like a pocket at the top here. Compresses down into that. What you can also do with this one is actually, it's got a little cinch here. So I'll put the camera down for a split sec. And you can cinch it up, so you can have it like that. So you can adjust the firmness of it. It's actually made with all the offcuts and bits from the mats, and it's basically like a memory foam kind of material in there, or foam material. It looks really good. It's quite deep. It's about 13 centimeters deep, I think it is. I might be wrong on that, but it's quite deep. I struggle, to be honest, with the air pillows because I just don't get a good night's sleep on them. So hoping that one will do the job. I'm going to turn in. We'll catch you in the morning, and let's see if we get a nice sunrise over Corn D, over Pen y Fan.
Oh, what a night! That was a lot of unexpected and unforecasted rain. So it was quite windy. We were expecting it to be quite windy anyway, but it was really windy. You can probably hear it on the tent now. That I think it's once we got in the tents, it started just wind picked up, and it just didn't really stop. So a really broken night's sleep. But according to Darren, I was snoring a lot, but still. But we've woken up yet again to fantastic views, which is just typical for me and Darren, I think. But hey, it is what it is. We knew it was going to be a chance up here. And there it's a summit camp, so yeah, but I think plan of attack is about 5:30 now. So plan of attack is just mosey about for a little bit. I think it's forecast to get a little bit stronger with the winds, and then I think just see how we get on really. But I gotta say, Naturehike Cloud, can't remember what it is. Naturehike Cloud Peak, whatever it is. The tent is just superb. It's like a tank. I said that yesterday. The only thing really that flaps is the hood on the top. That flaps a little bit, but it doesn't really move at all. Like the wind's hitting it. I think we've got about 20 or 30 plus mile an hour winds and gusts, and it's not really moved. Yeah, it's been superb. The Thermarest pillow and sleep mat were just awesome. The pillow in particular it's like sleeping with a pillow at home, so it really is nice. It firms up a little bit in the night, and then the Thermarest sleep pad is just it keeps the heat in to the point where I was starting to think of like, let's take layers off, get a sleeping bag at some points, but no, it's good. But yes, we're gonna have a little sit around here for a bit, see what the weather does, have some breakfast, wait for it to lighten up, and then mosey on down back towards the car, I think. So we'll see how we get on. There we go, so that's all done. So you can see where we were. A nice little dry patch what we got here yesterday. But now we're all packed up. As ever, if you're going to do something like this, leave no trace, take everything with you. I mean, no one's going to know where you're unless you come up and just see some trampled grass, and that's it really. So we're going to head down. It looks like it's brightening a little bit, but I don't know whether or not it's me being optimistic. But we're going to head down, back along the main path, and then we're going to go down alongside the Brecon Reservoir, which is a pond at the moment, but we're going to head down that way, just along the ridge. Yeah, head down through all this cloud and back towards the car. So it's not too bad considering it's only 7:30. So wet weather gear's on, rain cover's going on the bag I think now, and then wander on down. So we'll pick up a little bit further down and say goodbye and whatnot. There we are, so we're just coming down to the main road. Just going to join up pretty much on the A470 and walk back up to the car. So we'll wrap it up from here, I think. So good couple of days of 2 mixed halves, I'd say, with fab sunset and everything last night, and then wind, rain and everything else this morning. But really good laugh, really nice place to pitch. And yeah, we just come down the ridgeway. Instead of going the same way, we've done a loop and come down the ridgeway down to the dam, and I say back up the road, back up to the story arms for the car. So yeah, I gotta say the nature hike was superb. I know last time I used it, last time I did a video on it, was pretty still, but that was some gnarly weather last night and some pretty decent winds, and it stood up really well. Really impressed. So yeah, thanks. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you got this far, like and subscribe and all that, and we'll carry on making videos. I'll carry on getting out and about and bring you along with next time as well. So it's time to say ta, and we'll see you again. Thanks everyone.